Hey y'all, it's Indigo here. Want to put out this video for my round 3 of week 1 of season 4 Grand Arena 3v3. My opponent had already gone. Apologies, this video is a little bit delayed just because of I was busy going to see the new movie, and I had some things going on, and around the holidays gets a little busy. But let me show you guys how the board looks. My opponent, you can see he's already gone and made a few moves. I did some experimenting this time and went a bit harder on defense than I normally do. And I went in with the strategy of try to clear 3 zones only and win, because nobody expects that. Everybody shoots for the full clear. And so if your opponent's used to saving a lot for offense and they put maybe a light defense, you can go heavy and go in with that strategy, and it might pan out. So I wanted to try that this time while I still had room to kind of mess around. I won my first 2 matches. So let me talk you through some of these battles. I didn't record everything. You'll see why. So we'll start off by going down south, taking a look at those teams. And he's got a Night Sister team, a DACA led with Zombie and Acolyte, a Newt Separatist team with Watt on there and Django, and then a Grievous team with B1 and B2. Okay, and that's a pretty tough zone. I had an idea of what I wanted to do. I guess it didn't really just pan out that way. I thought I could take my Treya team against Grievous and that it should work out okay. Maybe if I would have taken Thrawn in there instead of maybe Scion, I don't know. I figured DN's Annihilate would come in handy and be able to annihilate Grievous eventually. But without 5 characters in there to have those extra supports, to add somebody like Thrawn in there or a punching bag like Sith Trooper, you can see that Trey just got taken right out, real quick. And look at that. There went Scion before he got held by Hatred. There went Nihilus. So total waste of a good team. And that right there pretty much derailed my plans of clear 3 zones and get the win. So the next thing I wanted to try, which I had heard works, was CLS. Except that's usually my General Skywalker counter. But you can't fight him, which I expect to be in the back, if I can't get to the back. So work on taking him out. You can see that they definitely do work in 3v3. It's not a problem. Was able to take him out like nothing. So pretty suitable counter for 3v3 purposes. No complaints there. Unfortunately, I did have to burn that extra team, but it is what it is. This is something interesting, that if you're one of those people like me that still has a 6-star General Skywalker, you can take him in, and I took him with Ahsoka and Arc, and I'm going against this Newt Watt Django team. I know you guys have seen similar teams to this. A lot of people like to run Newt lead, and they'll throw in Dooku or Django, and you see a lot of Watts on there. So this worked. I mean, I had to try something. So tried that. You can see I lost Ahsoka, but Arc is in there, and he's Relic 7, and got the turret in there doing its thing. So look, I'm able to take him out. Got rid of Newt, working on taking out Watt. Now I just got Django to deal with. And plenty of damage will do that, even though my Anakin is only a Gear 11 6-star. I think all that extra damage from Arc is hugely helpful. And then the armor shred that General Skywalker gives you, that definitely comes in handy too. So was able to take him out. Not the most efficient team to work with, but it's my first time ever trying. So, and there it is in back as I suspected. General Skywalker. He's got Geos there. He's got a Karth team. Some of the teams I expected, but I figured General Skywalker would be sitting back there. So I know I'm not going to be able to clear him since I don't have my CLS anymore. I went with the Night Sisters. Let me mention this, okay? This is Asajj lead with Daka and Zombie, because I saw it on a video that my buddy Klesso put out, and he said it works for him. He tested it out, but he has a Gear 12 Zombie. So that's a huge difference, because Gear 12, the zombie's going to die a lot quicker. You can see there, I cut the video down, but I just couldn't power up my Asajj enough to be able to kill the Geos fast enough. You have to have like a paper zombie to be able to do enough damage, you know, with the zombie dying over and over, to ramp up Asajj's damage so that you can make headway on the Geos. So yeah, that didn't work for me. I wouldn't recommend that counter unless you do have Gear 12, and you know, you can ramp up the damage enough in time. There's just not enough time. You know, if I had another 5-10 minutes, probably would have worked. The next thing I wanted to try was the Machine Gun Leia on the Karth team, and I've heard reports of people having success, saying, you know, it's a pretty good Karth counter, but I personally hadn't used it, so I figured it'd be a good opportunity to grab some video of it, you know, try it out, since I knew I wasn't going to be able to do what I wanted to do and be able to clear and take the win. I just figured I might as well use this opportunity to test everything out that I can. So here I go, but they killed my Akbar. My Akbar was only, I think, Gear 11. I don't really use him for anything. And then I've got Leia and C-3PO doing their thing, but the problem is, with both of them being stealth, they want to go after Leia, and that, you know, that really sucks. She just can't take the hits, being as squishy as she is. And I'll admit that she's not top modded. Maybe if I had her with a crit damage set, you know, perfectly modded for offense and to be a little bit tanky and everything, as tanky as she can be, then maybe it had gone a little bit better. She's just got leftover mods because, again, I barely use her. But I wanted to test and see, you know, how mine would do. So I was able to kill Mission, and I'm going after Karth, trying to get him down, but they keep going after Leia, so there's really nothing I can do. Zalbar just takes her out right there, and that was the end of me trying that team. So I'll have to come up with something a little bit better to be able to use against Karth in the future. This is the top zone. Up there you can see that he's got his bounty hunters. This is this is like, oh my god, the nail in the coffin. Like, just the way my luck was going, you know, is JTR, and I got BB-8 and I got R2, and it should be fine. I've used this counter a million times against, you know, against bounty hunters. Shouldn't be a problem. Got a stun on Bosk, trying to keep him from taunting. But it seemed like every time I like waved, then the debuffs wouldn't stick. I didn't check his tenacity, so maybe that was the issue. You can see he resisted everything. And so I was able to get rid of Boba once. And look, R2 does his fire, and I'm just not getting crits. And, you know, you need the crits, and they have a 70% chance to inflict expose, which gives you turn meter, and I just wasn't getting that each time I was doing damage. So I didn't get enough turn meter. Bosk was able to taunt. Once that happens, that's bad news for the team, and he's doing enough damage that, look, he just took my droids right out, so I forfeited that. That was it. I was really expecting that one to take out the bounty hunters and allow me to, you know, be able to punch through after I cleaned up the rest of the teams. Because I knew he wasn't getting through my top zone, not with what I had put up there. Here's an interesting counter if you come across a team like this. It's Magna, Droideka, and with the Dooku lead. And all I did was take in my Kira Nest and Hermit Yoda. And this one actually works out pretty well. You can see they go after Nest, and here she's only Relic 1. Got her modded for full tenacity, decently fast. I think she's 275 or something like that. But she's got about 145% tenacity on her. And, I mean, that's it. You can see that I lost Kira, but I got Master's Training on Nest. So she's hitting a little bit harder, got that extra bit of power from Hermit Yoda, and he's sticking around to be able to heal her up a little bit if she needs it. And you can see I got Magna already down in the yellow, working on taking him out, so that way I can start getting the others. I got Dooku there and Droideka, but Droideka couldn't do anything to Nest. Now I'm free to start working on Dooku. He did get a stun off, but I can cleanse it with the Master's Training buff there and knock him out. Now it's just Nest and Droideka. So I thought this was interesting. I didn't really expect it to work, but it worked. So that was, that was pretty nice. Droideka was able to focus down on Hermit Yoda there and just take him out with his big shot, but it doesn't matter. He's got the damage immunity, and I keep forgetting which moves take that off. So I used the wrong one there, you saw, but I was able to take him out. No problem. Got rid of that team. Now I'm just starting to use what I got in my roster to try to, come out, clear this zone if I can. Because if I can clear this zone, I can get to his ships, and that's an extra zone I can clear, even though, it's looking highly unlikely. Just because I have lost a good few teams, and I just don't see it happening. So he's got a Night Sister team with MT lead, Asajj, and Spirit. And I took in a Bastille lead with Zaris and Old Ben. I figured the healing and all that from Zaris, of course, will be helpful. Extra tenacity and protection. That tenacity boost should be huge, I guess, to not allow debuffs to stick. But they were still able to get through and get plagued. So, I don't know. Maybe I don't know how all that works, I guess. I'm always wary about plague, tearing my squad up. Because you can see, look at Old Ben there. And look, both of them died. Like Zaris and Old Ben right there at the same time. So now it's just Bastille there. And she's not going to do anything on her own. So it sucks. It was a waste of 3 really good characters that I could have put to use somewhere else. So now I'll go through, since that didn't work and I want to try something else. I went down and worked on his clones team, that Rex team he's got, and I had to throw a few different teams. I'm not going to show all the fails or anything, but I have my IPD, and I thought, well, maybe I can blow one of them up. If I can blow up Rex, that would be huge. So threw in Krennic lead, and I got my Death Trooper there. They have a little bit of synergy. I got my IPD primed, ready to blow up. I'm deciding who I want to blow up. Pick Rex, and he didn't go away. Got him down to red bar. So this is kind of the cleanup squad that I chose. Now right there, he's got 5s with him, so I pop Rex. 5s goes away to die for Rex. Makes him Super Rex, I guess, now. But with the Zal lead, it just seems like they get that extra evasion, the dodge, and that's helpful for keeping them alive. Right there, Savage took Rex's big hit, and he survived that. I mean, he's dead now, but he did survive that. It's just amazing how much extra dodge and evasion that these guys get. You can see every move they go to do, and then they go right back into stealth. I slowed that down because Marauder just dodged Rex's big hit. And so that's definitely key to keeping these guys alive, even though I'm fighting a Super Rex at this point. But I was able to at least get rid of somebody with this team. And in 3v3, sometimes that's the name of the game. you got to get rid of one character and then go in with your plan B or C or D. And so I was able to get rid of Shock T too. Now it's just a lone Rex to deal with. And he unfortunately was able to get his big hit off, take my squad out. But look, go in and clean up with this. If you guys don't have your bounty hunters in order, you should work on those, especially Zam Lead. Thermals are huge in 3v3. Being able to clean up somebody if you got a lone team member left. Look at that. She pops all the thermals. He ain't gonna live through that. So killed him off, but the last team standing there is the bounty hunter team. I can't punch through that. I can't punch through the two that are left down in the bottom. And neither could my opponent. Check the score out, guys. When I left it overnight, when I went to sleep, I ended up tying him exactly. And there was nothing I could do to better my score. Like I said, being able to get through that bounty hunter team would have been huge, and then I would be able to get through ships. Now, I figured he was just leaving my bounty hunter team standing in back, and I figured he had something to clean it up. But there's no way that he was getting through that top zone. And he admitted it to me. I had a really good opponent, and we talked about some things, and he said it was the hardest defense he faced in a while. And I told him, sorry for using you like a guinea pig. I wanted to test a few things. I'll be looking forward to the battle logs whenever they show up from this. But that's it. That JTR counter to the bounty hunters eventually, that didn't pan out. And that was, I guess, the last straw for me. So lost that round. But I'll be out with my next round videos probably later today or tomorrow. And we'll see how the next round goes. Shout out to my buddy Mikayas. He runs a modding service. He'll go through, make sure you got the right squad compositions and the right mods on the right characters. Give your account a real nice tune-up. I'll put the link to his Discord in my description. Go ahead and check him out. Tell him Indigo sent you. Thanks for watching my video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share your comments down below, and hopefully you'll check out my other videos on my channel. Peace.